This is Guy Scotland, and it's promised this is my first ever episode of Flashback Gaming Reviews on time. So there we go. And before I begin, I just want to explain some things, right? So this series is all about me going back and replaying some of my childhood favourite games and giving my opinion on them now. And I'll rate it at the end of the video, so IGN 10 out of 10. Now before my reviews, I want you to know this is my opinion. So if anybody disagrees, then that's completely okay, but that's your opinion, so you just need to keep that in mind, right? So don't. Right, I'm not wanting anybody like that, because that's totally what it's like when you get hate mail. So anyway, without further ado and no more interruptions, let's just get to it.
Broadcast for a high-level threat, angry man on the move. Gamma sensors are lit up on move to engage.
Ultimate Destruction was released in 2005 and developed by Radical Entertainment. This developer's last attempt on a Hulk game in 2003 was somewhat average and, well, just pretty meh in general. But they really improved with this one. Firstly, I'm going to tell you the basic plot of the game. The story goes that Bruce Banner tries to cure himself of his gamma steroids problem before a demon-like entity of himself breaks free. He gets help from a friend named Samson and they work together trying to forge a cure, while being chased down by General Ross and Emil Blonsky, who is also fighting to stop his gamma personality to surface, being the Abomination. The story itself is nicely done, but most of it comes through little text sections, and I would have preferred more cutscenes to explain the story. One thing I didn't particularly like was the missions themselves, most being highly repetitive and just get boring. The missions also had changing difficulty almost constantly. For example, the mission could be to destroy a tank, simple as that. Then when you do, back to the review. On the other hand, there are the boss sections. All of these I found really fun, and it's really a shame that more levels weren't done this way. Now from the nitpicking to the gameplay and graphics. With 720p graphics you can't really complain and the Hulk looks awesome. Well, if you think about it, this was 2005, so 720 was pretty good. You could truly feel like the Hulk playing this game. The destructibility was incredible and you could weaponize basically anything. Some good examples are using cars as boxing gloves and buses as skateboards, and they're only a small number of what's available. One thing I really appreciated was the open world. There were two open environments to explore and destroy, the city and the Badlands, but yet again I need to nitpick. The worlds, like everything else when I was a kid, felt huge. But when playing now, I realised you could get from one side of the world to the other in around 3 minutes. But you don't notice much, as the main reason you're here is to smash things up, including buildings, vehicles and much more. A little downside to this though, is that I wish you could properly destroy skyscrapers. You can only destroy small buildings. If they'd improved on that, I would have nothing to complain of. In a GTA-like style, depending on how much damage you give to the place you are, the more deadly the enemies will be. But unlike GTA, you don't get a chance to run away and hide when against the top-notch enemies, which I'll admit is a good touch, meaning you need to fight. There are also little activities around the worlds to do and beat high scores, but on the downside they're like the story mode missions and are quite repetitive. Scattered around the maps are comic books, which I found, and they give you access to extra content such as cheat codes, making of films, comic book covers and concept art. Overall, the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction was a fun experience, but wasn't as incredible as I remember it to be, making me decide to give it an 8 out of 10. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone for watching the first episode of Flashback Gaming Reviews, and I'd be most obliged if you like this video and subscribe. This has been That Guy Scotland, and I will see you guys in the next one.